Better? Okay. Welcome to the 4C Web Cafe. I'm Antoine Anderson, and I am going to be your guide in getting some of those questions answered. You're going to have to put that message into the chat. I'm going to be monitoring the chat on the Restream side. Let me see if I can switch that. All right, it's going to be the Ujama Network side. This is going to be on the YouTube side. So if you are on YouTube, go ahead and pop in a message. If you can hear me, let me know if I'm coming across pretty clear. I'm going to attempt to go to live here. See what it's looking like. I think we are live. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. Now, if you are new to any type of trading at all, whether you're trying to do some stock trades, cryptocurrency, or options, the key app that I want you to focus on is TradingView. Why? TradingView is one of those applications that allow you to link all of your other brokers, be it your Coinbase, your Webull. Um, doesn't do Gemini right now. They're having some kind of issue. I wish Charles Schwab was involved, but they actually have their own platform. That's the Thinkorswim platform, and that's why they're not on this app. But if you have a Charles Schwab account, you're able to trade any kind of equity or asset or security. Of course, you're going to be using their program. But for everybody else, TradingView is just the way to go. And this comes in handy because when you're talking about trading options on a platform without even being a financial expert, which I'm not, I'm an IT expert. Um, if you want to make money in this thing, you have to know your way around the apps. I myself just started the journey of getting into really pursuing some day trading options, just as a hobby at first, really. I've been deep into the crypto space, and a lot of that started switching towards more the exchange versus mining cryptocurrency like I used to do, or still do. But the issue that we're having here is you need to have some other sources of income coming in. It's just what it is. Whether we're doing YouTube channels or trading, people have to have a side hustle. The side hustles, ever since COVID, has been involving cameras, microphones, social media, something. People are making good money out here creating an online presence, and they're also doing it with trading. So let's go ahead and get started on what I was trying to get you to learn about today. Let's go ahead and get popping. I don't know what just happened to my phone screen, but we're gonna get that back up first. What's going on with that? Having trouble connecting your devices. We're gonna stick with the PC for now. I'm having some technical difficulties trying to pull up the applications on the phone. I don't know why that is. It looks like it's trying to come back up. Let's see if it does. All right, it says no. Flash flood warning. I'm going to try again. I don't know. All right, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go straight into our screen. All right. So, Trading View. Trading View is my go-to. Now, before we get into that, I want you to go ahead and download it. So, you're going to go here to your web browser. I'm going to turn some of these things off. Alright. Still not seeing it. I see you dressed today. Oh yeah, you trifling. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Clown. All right. Now the comedy section is out the way. Let's go ahead and get to Google page. And what you want to get is Trading View. Okay? Trading View. If you're on a PC, go ahead and hit that desktop. If you're on a PC, go ahead and download for Windows, Macs, right there. Not too many people are on Linux, whatever. Go ahead and get that download. Trading View is the first step. All right, so as that's downloaded, I'm going to open up some other things. I'm going to go to a web page. I got Webull. If you have not already set up your account like I have, get you one. That is key. First and foremost, this is going to be a very, how do they say this? This is going to be an overview. Very high altitude. We're going to cover a lot of area. I'm going to go ahead and get to my account. Once you set up your account correctly in TradingView, in Webull, you're going to have to set up a security password just for trading. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. Oh, I forgot about that. I've already funded my account. There's $100 in this account. I want you guys to do the same. This is when you get ready to do live trading. Put some cash in your account. Okay? And you link your debit card information or your bank information. Pop some in there. This is just for when we get ready to do actual cash trades. We're going to be using what's known as paper trades today, but you're going to have to fund your account. So I got that in there. That's Webull. Cool. I wanted you to download TradingView. All right, make sure that's done. Okay. Follow the prompts with your TradingView download. Make sure it's installed. You're going to see an icon like this one here once it's installed on your Windows PC. Once it's done, I want you to open it, okay? We'll get back to that in a second. I also have Robinhood. Now, Robinhood is not yet on the TradingView app. I hope it gets there soon. But again, it's another one of those applications that has its own charting system. It's called Robinhood Legend. Robinhood is another resource that you need to use and be able to be familiar with. And Once you are familiar with the inner workings of these applications, I'm going to go ahead and recognize myself. I'm in here. And here is Robinhood Legend. Okay, let's go ahead and open that up as well. Okay. You get similar output. The look and feel of it is pretty okay, but again, I am focusing on TradeView today. I just want you to see the differences, and we'll come back to all these things afterwards. So we got our Webull account, a Robinhood account. I've got another trading account open. It's called Coinbase. I use my authenticator app to verify. And I'm in there. Coinbase has something called Coinbase Advanced. Go ahead and click that. Now, notice every one of these applications have some sort of bar graph, whether we're talking about Coinbase Advanced, Robinhood Legends, and even, let's go ahead and click on Trade here, even Webull. All right. That's a lot of learning. Okay. And to be able to get in and out of trades, you really want to have a centralized place. Now, why are we having multiple accounts? Well, if you're only making trades on one platform, one at a time, and you're only using your phone, you're cutting yourself short on making that money. You can affect multiple trades in a single app just by using TradingView. So say you come across a nice lick and you made that lick on Webull, on your Webull account. What if you were able to do the same thing at the same exact time with your other trading accounts? You triple your money. You triple your wins. Now, you also triple your losses if they come out sideways. But that's the whole thing about learning. Close that. And I'm going to go to the home page. Click that. Close that. Click that. All right. TradingView. After you've installed it, and you should have installed it by now, I want you to just click on this plus sign right here. Okay? And stop me or text me in a message or a prompt there. I'm looking at some of these things. I'm not seeing any comments in the thread yet. I'm assuming you guys are paying attention, and I want you guys to follow along. And go ahead and pop something in there if you have a question. I want to trade options. So I say I want to trade options today. Okay? First things first. Let's open up a chart. Let's go over here to screeners. That's the chart right there. You're going to go ahead and pick an asset. Let's go with NVIDIA. It's one of the tops. There's this information. This is what it's looking like. It's going to look like it had a big sell-off. Huge sell-off. Previous close was around 214. It's 212 now. Dropped $2. That's a lot of activity. Okay, Nvidia did a nosedive. It's probably going to have a great day come Monday. Let's go ahead and get to the full chart. Here's where the action comes in. Folks, here's where the action comes in. I'm going to log out of here so you can see what we got going on. This is what you're going to see typically when you first log into your charts for whatever assets you got going on. And I'm going to turn off this one as well. All right, so it's going to look something like this. The key of learning anything on trading is getting around and navigating yourself around. Get familiar with how these things move. You see this move. You see this little crosshair. I call it a crosshair. You're moving it with your mouse. If you press down right here, anywhere on the black area, with your mouse button, you can move the chart with your mouse button. That's good, okay? Get to know that. That helps you out. On the bottom, you want to have your time set out. Here is where you set your time zones. We're in the New York time zone, okay? Make sure that's set. And on the bottom here, you've got those time and dates. It's going to be June. I think that's going to be June 1st, actually. Let's kind of spread that out a little bit. All right. That was May 29th. All right. That was the end of business day right there. See that little line that gives you a date right there on the bottom, Friday the 29th. Next day is going to be June 1st. Trading day is going to be June 1st. All right, make sure you're there. Cool. Let's move this bad boy over. Stretching out these times. Now, I've got my bar set up at 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. You can change this up. If you're doing day trading, you want to stay 5 minutes, somewhere around there. I'm using 5 minutes. So that means each bar on this chart represents 5 minutes of time. Timing is everything in trading. Timing is everything. All right. I know I'm rambling, but I'm going to bring it home right now. We're going to start this lesson. Okay, let's get to it. First thing is first. Setting up your paper trade or your other accounts. We went into opening up Coinbase and Webull. I'm about to do something right here, right now. The new app says trade. That's what we want to do. So go ahead and hit that trade button. And right off the rip, you're going to get the options of all these other accounts, all these other brokers that you want to use. Right now, we're going to use a brokerage similar. That's TradeView Paper Trading. Now, we're not going to be able to do any trades today because the market is closed. Market hours are from 9:30 opening bell to 4:30. Okay? And you'll know you're in paper trading because it says it right here. Okay? That's number one. I want you to look at this here. I put in $500 in this account. This is my paper trading account. If you click this, account settings, I can reset it to the $100,000 of paper money that it came with. Okay? This is just giving you a warning that if you hit that reset, all the previous trades I did in paper trading are going to go away. I'm going to cancel that right now. I changed the balance of mine to 500 because that's something more realistic to what I'm going to actually put in when I start off. But really, I'm only going to be dealing with the money that I have in the account. Okay? So we've got that set up already. Here's the benefit of TradeView. So I've got my paper trading up. I'm going to hit another asset here. The screener. And I'm going to hit Microsoft. And again, you pick whatever assets you want to trade on. It doesn't matter. But the goal here, see, I'm already automatically in paper trading. I don't want to do paper trading. I want to actually connect another broker. This one's going to be my Webull account. And I've already set that up. Now, what I should be seeing is that $109 that I set up for my real cash money on my webpage. Remember I told you we set up that Webull account and I already added $109. So when I go back to TradingView, this is my actual money in here. So this would be a real trade. Now I can put whatever asset I want in here. I could do a change and I could go to, I don't know, let's do QQQ. What is QQQ? That's your trust, investment trust. Let's say QQQ. Enter. And that changes that. Again, I'm on my Webull account. There's the cash I got in here. This is where the fun begins. And again, like I said, you can have multiple accounts open at one time. There's my paper trading on this one. Here's my QQQ asset. And that's my Webull account. But I can also add, let's say I was doing Tesla or whatever. You don't have to pick the same assets I'm picking. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm here. And on this Tesla one, that's my Webull for QQQ, my NVIDIA, paper trading. But Tesla, I want to trade, but I want to use Coinbase Advanced. Boom. Oh, why did I just say boom? I hate saying boom when I'm talking. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get cracking. I just showed you how to add multiple accounts. You can go back and look at this again, and I'll stop rambling on. So basically, all you're doing is hitting that trade button, and you'll get this screen here where all your fixed or pinned trades in. I actually have 2 live accounts that I can fund with real money. That's Webull and Coinbase. And then, of course, you got your paper trading over there, right? So you want to keep that in mind. Now, why is this important? Because now I'm in a position to make 3 different trades, whether I'm doing paper trading or real money with Webull or real money with Advance in one location. But what are we trading? We're trading options. But you don't see that options mark like you would on your phone. Let me see if I can pull up the phone now. I hope I can. Let's see if I can get that open. I want you guys to see. Come on, man. Open up for brother. I don't know what's going on with that. We have to save it for another day. I apologize for that, folks. But anyway, this sets you up for your options trading. Now, on this original chart, you got to find your options. So here you go. Right there on the products. Options. That puts this icon here. Watch this. Take that off. There it is right there. This is the options icon right there. So you click it. Looks just like what you would see in a Webull account, where your strike price is here and your DTE. What is DTE? It is date to expiration. This is a 2 DTE. I want to change that. Make that 2 DTE. All right. This is where the money is, okay? I'm going to go through the process of setting an order. And again, I'm going to stay with my paper trading So I'm not spending any of my real money. Go Coinbase. Close this one out. All right, so I got 3 accounts open. My paper trading with NVIDIA, QQQ with Webull, Tesla. So if you are on one of those channels or you're joined in one of those trading groups that people are popping up online, and there's going to be somebody who calls out a particular trade and say, hey, just join me on this trade and let's get this money together. When they're talking about, Microsoft is doing good, well, you got to hit on that and type in Microsoft. Or if you know the symbol, make sure you're on options. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Microsoft. Boom. Call them out. Say all. Kick it off. It's all. And you type in Microsoft. It's not traded on Coinbase. Haha, Coinbase Events, remember? All right, yeah, let's get out of there. Let's go here. What are we trading? Get that QQQs out of there. Here you go. Let's go to those options on Webull. These are the options that are ready for you. Ooh, I made a lot of money off of this. There's Spider. Hit that enter. And that's what SPY looks like. And that's Webull. So if they call out a particular trade, that's where you want to be. You want to go ahead and open up your options here. And again, I'm going a little fast. Options are not available. Your chain is selected. All right, they're not available. No options available today because what? It's not a trading day. All right, let's get out of here. Spider. S&P 500. Boom. Enter. Okay. Options. No. Get out of here. Tesla. Enter. Boom. Any stock that you want. So whenever that person calls out a stock and you're ready to make some trades on, that's how you get to it. You click here through the symbol search. Click on it. Brings up your menu. And depending on what you're in, like I'm on Webull on this particular chart, but here's my NVIDIA. I'm on my paper trading on that NVIDIA. So you don't see that little notification let you know what account you're pulling up from. All right, so let's go back to this Tesla, and I wanted to hit that. First thing you notice is it's going to let you know, it shows the markets you can place an order with. That shows the market. When you're in trade views of paper money, you won't see that indicator, okay? I'm not sure if anybody's grasping on any of this stuff, but I'm so glad a lot of you did stop by. Getting into this stuff. It's really heavy. It's heavy. All right. I'm back on paper trading. I'm heading to my options trading. This is critical. Getting to know these things. I have a more concise video out there on how to move these things around, but I just want to show you some finer points. Again, I'm going very fast and kind of glancing blows, but I just wanted you to download the software and get familiar with that trade button, because that's how you're going to start this stuff. You're setting your units up and everything else, okay? And how to set your paper trading up. So if I wanted to connect to another broker, remember how you got to here. You set up your brokers and your paper trading or your live accounts so you can get trading in one app versus keeping those other apps open on your phone and trying to do things from your phone and your laptop, whatever. keep everything concise. Get yourself a couple of monitors so you can have more information in front of you. You make more money that way. I will be doing some live views on the trading days. So we'll be able to learn together, and this is where community comes into play. Because I may know a lot about tech and how to move things around on the tech side, but honestly, when it comes to trades, you need to be contacting a financial advisor. You need to definitely be contacting a financial advisor, because that is who somebody's going to be credible and point you in the right directions until you learn how to read those charts. Now, this was a how-to to get to the point where you're getting ready to make a trade, so I'm going to get back into the app and show you what you're clicking on to make those trades. All right, let's do that right now. All right, so we're back here. And I said, here's my paper trading account. And you do it a couple of ways. You select whether you're going to make a call, that's these items in blue, or a put. You make calls when the market is about to go up. And judging from this chart, and I'm just going to shrink it in just a little bit and drop it down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, this is what happened. Stretch this out. This is that was a long drop. This is what happened in the business day, Friday. Big drop. Big drop. And why is that important? When we finally get to the point where we're mastering making these trades, you're going to be setting up resistance and support lines. This drop blows our support line. So if I was to take it from, for instance, a couple of days ago, here's the 29th and here's the 28th. The highest point on the 29th was here, late in the day. You're going to start losing tools. Go over to this menu here. I want to use a horizontal ray. I'm going to set that horizontal ray at the highest point it was 2 days ago. See that line that just popped up? I'm going to change the color eventually. But this will be like our resistance line. Okay? And you can see from the 28th, the stock was trading way over what it was on the 28th. It spiked, it dropped, and then first thing in the morning, look at that. Look at this action that was going on. That was the highest point right there. Everything, it was trading above that previous resistance line. Okay? Support lines. And I'm going to draw a support line today, going into Monday's trading. I'm going to keep this active. First off, I'm going to put in another new day, new line. All right. Not a trend line, but horizontal ray. Highest point would have been here. Boom. And I'm going to change that to blue. This line is going to be blue. Let's do that. That $217.86 represents my resistance line for the previous day. Friday, this is as high as it got. But what happened? Well, the bottom fell out of the bad boy. All right, it went way low. So I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to make this one yellow. Again, horizontal rule. Pop that in right there. and make that yellow. Call this one yellow or orange. That way you can see the difference. I've got a bunch of other lines on here. I'm going to get rid of some of these things to try to take the confusion off. Now, why are we setting these lines like this? Well, because this is the wiggle room that you want to see when you're talking about trading. So I'm going to stretch this out a bit more, then move my graph back. This is what we're trading in. That drop was significant, so much so that I can't even see it all on one view, okay? This is the area it's going to pump. This here represents my new support line, meaning that the stock, I'm expecting this thing to go above this tomorrow. Or if it doesn't, it's going to continue its downward trend. All right? And if downward trends, that means making calls. But if you start off in the morning, and I would say you start off in the morning right there, and that's where you would put your first order in. And I'm going to make a call on that it's going to go up to at least somewhere up in here. We can do trend lines, but that's another day. But you want to know where it's trading at, that kind of stuff. All right? Support line, trend line. This sounds way worse than I thought it was going to sound today as far as what I'm talking about and how I'm presenting information. I just want you to be familiar with how to move around and how to add your accounts. If you got that much today, you're doing good. You're doing good. But I said I was going to show you how to place an order. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you two ways. Let's say trade. That pulls up your orders, your market orders, your limit orders, or whatever. And I'm going to do the same for my real cash on my Tesla screen. Okay, there's my 500. And I said I wanted to trade. I can't trade on that today. Dang it. I'm angry about that. All right, so we'll come back to that. Stay with the paper trade. If we were to make a paper trade, I know I got $500 in here. It says shares. No, that's not it. That's not it. Kill that. Let's go ahead and click that. I want to go 1 or 2 over DTE. Select that. And I'm hit buy. And there you are. This is how you trade options. You don't hit trade, that's trading stocks. You want to hit the buy button over here. How did I get that buy button? Right there. See this options settings will appear on this bar. Click that, and that gives you your buy sell buttons. Click it, it goes off, turn back on. See right here. Here's your buy sell buttons over here. If you click it off, they're gone. You want those there. All right, so that's what you got going on. Again, high level, way over the top. But if I wanted to do an order here, that's where you place it. You said take profit price or ticks or how you exit the trade. How are you going to exit this trade? Okay. I'm going to put an order in. I'm going to close this, but I'm going to do it a different way. See how you're moving this arrow here? Hit that plus sign. You could say buy. And this is going to set up a stop order or sell. All right. This is take profit. Click on that. That means it's going to automatically sell itself if it reaches this point right here. Say I say 215, whatever it's going to be. It's automatically going to set. I can also protect myself if the losses go too deep. I'll put a stop loss, click on the SL, drag it downwards. If it goes below my support line, I want to stop that bloodletting, okay? That's how you do that. When I say buy, how many am I going to buy? Order quantity. I got $500 in it. Can I buy 10 of these things? Let's find out. Looks like take profit order was placed on NASDAQ sell at 215. All right, cool. Go look at my orders. There it is. Now come Monday, I got a stop loss, a stop order, whatever. If I cancel this here, that cancels the order before it even gets started. If I don't want to deal with the inactive stuff, that's cool. I could kill the whole order right here. I got a buy order in, that's this guy here. I got a stop loss and a take profit order right there. I could cancel each one of these things. If you cancel that buy order, it kills the whole thing. Okay? Let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. See my cash account, is it going to cost me any money in this paper trade account? Cancel order, cancel all orders. Boom. They're all canceled. Didn't do anything for me. All right? Didn't change anything. All right? So cancel orders, there it is. Inactive, cool. Working, cool. Order history, bam. Go to my orders. There's no orders available. Let's go ahead and do it again. This time, again, I'm thinking this is going to be the point where things kick off at 213 because that was the last sell. I'm going to hit this right here. And I'm going to place an NVIDIA order and do a total take profit order to get up to at least right there. Sometime in the morning. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to hit buy. And I put my stop loss and it's in there. Now, how do I determine how much money that is? Can I put more in there? I can modify this order. What if I did 20? How much is that going to cost me? Enter. I confirm it. And one of you traders will have to tell me, if I got $500 in equity, how do I find out how much that actual trade is? Where do I see that on this chart? That could get me $45. Let's see what happens. Oh, I see. So if I wanted to make $100, it's got to go over that. If I thought it was going to make $100 a trade, that's only $45. $60 confirmed. Let's change that to, look what happens to the money, the profit, when I go down like that. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to wait till Monday to see how we can chart that money. That's a good thing to know too, okay? The quantity of ticks changes how much your expected profit is going to be. And you get to see that real time, okay? And let's also do this SL. This is so you can limit how much money you're going to lose on a trade at where you put that buy at. I don't want to lose more than $10. So I can keep dragging it up till I get to about $10. And that's where my stop loss is at, and I hit confirm. If I lose $10 on a trade, that's where it's going to be. I want to be out of it. That's what I'm comfortable losing. All right, but I want to make 69 before it automatically sells. And that's kind of what you want to do. This way you can change it on the fly. Like say I'm thinking it's going to go higher, but I don't know how high it's going to be. We know it went over some. I think it's going to get back to normal. So I would like to see this get up to here. At least crack the ceiling. And if it makes it back up to Monday's highs, then that'll make me $100 off of this trade, and I'm already set for what may happen on Monday. Go back over this video. I'm going to leave it free to people who can, who are members, who are not members, excuse me. I'm going to leave this video up for a few days so people can go back over it. I know I was going over it really fast, really quick. But again, the takeaways from this is you just learning how to move this app around, navigate within the app. We talked about adding your brokers, okay? How to get to this screen. If you're doing Webull, you do it here, you add it here, and it connects your account. Coinbase, same thing, TradingView. There are others on here. There was a Gemini. Gemini's been giving us some problems. See that? It's going through some maintenance. I can't add my Gemini account. I'm also set up to trade on that. But that was the main thrust of this lesson. Downloading and installing TradingView, number one. And getting your Webull and Coinbase linked to TradingView. That way you can make those trades from within this app. And if you're making trades within one location, you can utilize more than one trade at a time. That's how you double up your money on the same thing. Like say if I put same thing with my Webull account and I want to go to NVIDIA here, Webull, NVIDIA. Oh smack. There's my $109. All right, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Because I'm thinking it's going to do the same thing. I'm going to make that order on Webull. I'm going to tell it to buy at this point. And I'm going to take my take profit order. I think it's going to get back up to there. That's what I think. At some point in the day, it's going to get up to that point. I don't think NVIDIA is going to drop like that again. I don't know why I'm saying that. I haven't looked at any of the deltas on any of this stuff. And this is where you can find that information. There's your deltas. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's going to make some money. I'm going to jump on that NVIDIA. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to confirm. Let's see if the buy works. Because it'll tell me if I got enough money in there. Order rejected. Please change the order type to limit order or market order when you take proper stop loss. Okay, so it's supposed to be a limit order, so let's make sure we did that right. A limit order, take profit right here, and I'm going to move this up. This whole thing is going to move up. Right there, I wanted to buy right there, and I'm going to say buy. Order rejected. It's not going to let you make that buy until 9:30 when the market opened. All right. Paper trading was a different deal, wasn't it? And let me put it in there so you can see what we were doing. But with your real money, it's not going to let you make that purchase order until 9:30 a.m. Markets close at 4. All right, but I want to be ready for it when it happens. So click on this plus sign wherever you want to make that price adjustment. If what we call it, if whoever you're getting your financial information from tells you, hey, I'm gonna make this purchase at 213.62 or whatever, you just angle your order, click that plus sign. And just pop it in there, okay? I'm going to just say take the profit at that point and buy. But again, I'm going to have to wait until Monday to put that in action. All right? This is what it's going to look like come Monday on paper trade. You're going to see something like that. It's going to be working until we get that done. I'm going to see if I could close these out. Just go on to that working one. This is what I got working for me. Starting on Monday, I'll put the order in already. So when the market opens, it's just going to jump into it. The way I think I'm going to do this, and let me switch back on to me now. All right, so the way I think I'm going to do this come Monday is if you guys join us then, I'll be able to show you the screen just like I was able to do there. And I will put in there what you're clicking on. And you can text me in the chat. And, hey, how do I get in and out of this trade? Well, we're going to show you how to do that again, just in case you're unclear. But I recommend that you guys start looking at these applications and start trading on your own with the paper trade. Get used to it. This is a very timely thing when you're talking about trading stocks. A couple of seconds too late, you might lose a bunch of money. A couple of seconds too early, you can make a bunch of money. It depends. You want to be able to make those trades. Now, I did hear from one person that if your order doesn't get filled immediately, just keep hitting that modify until it does, I guess. But all that information is going to come with experience. I don't know if this helped anybody because I didn't get a whole lot of chat conversations in there. I'm not seeing any activity on my screens. Let me just check the live stream comments. I don't see anything here in the studio. Let me just go check my Facebook, see if anybody was in there. I don't see any comments on there. I'm clicking on the live chat. I don't see it. But at any rate, okay, I see you, Brother Dantes. Yes, sir, I see you. Just got off the phone with you. You just saw me drinking that soda that I know I ain't supposed to be drinking, but I'm drinking it. Mark, holler back if you can hear me. I mean, there's a delay on my screen. Can you hear me? Just type yes or no. Okay, Facebook ain't doing nothing. YouTube looks like it's maybe doing something. All right. Still not getting the hang of this. Um, it's interesting, to say the least. At any rate, I'm gonna cut it here. We went on about an hour of me rambling. I will get better at putting this information out. I will get a lot better presenting the information. I would like you guys to tap in, chime in. That'll help me, get my skills up as far as this podcasting and live streaming goes. I got a lot to learn. I'm just gonna put it out to you like that. But I know these apps and I know how to get in and out of it. I can answer the questions that you will have, and that's why we're all here. I want to be able to be so fluent with moving and getting these orders triggered that you don't have any problems popping in and popping out. That's the only way I was able to make a significant trade with paper money. It was Friday. I did like $169 within 5 minutes of a trade. Just boop boop. 5 minutes, $169. You say it's luck. I was actually calling out what somebody had already said, and I just looked at my own, um, using my own information, being able to draw my own resistance and support lines. We didn't get into indicators, what those indicators actually mean. I just jumped in really early, just off of a hunch, really. Didn't think that it was going to stay. It was going to be a prolonged drop. Not on this stock. I think I'm going to play with this one next on Monday to see what happens. You make about 4 or 5, a couple $100 a day off of something like that. You Gucci. You Gucci. So I know I can make 23 off of a 500. So let me just change this and go from 500 to just 100. Reset. That's what I got in there. And I'm going to put in an order. And this lets me know how much I can actually rock with come Monday. I'll do a stop order here and take profit. Let me change the quantity down to I wish there was a way for me to know. And I guess that's going to come with time. Let's say 10 and a take profit order. Wanted to get out of that thing right then and there. And I hit buy. I wonder if that's going to work. That'd be a question I can ask. Maybe I could do that right now. Go to Google. If you don't know, ask somebody, right? Each contract controls 100 shares of stock. You're controlling a large chunk of the underlying shares with a $100 price tag. All right, let's see what it says. I'm not doing spreads. Okay, out the money is $52. Okay. Ah, so I just got some information. Here you go. Check it. Now, this is how you can determine really quickly when you're in the money or how much money you're going to need to get in on the action. Okay? You need more than $100 flat out. Something like Nvidia, the stock is at about 210. Um, because each standard options contract represents 100 shares. All right. The price you see listed on an options chain must always be multiplied by 100. An ITM contract inherently carries intrinsic value, meaning that it is always priced higher than the difference stock, making it too expensive for a $100 budget. Okay? So you need to have at least $114 at the current price to even get into this track. In the money call, a 210 call is in the money by $1.14. That's interesting to know. So I'm learning something today. Hmm. So this wouldn't work. It's not going to let you buy partial contracts. Hmm. It's good to know. Well, anyway, folks, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for stopping